Honestly, now that I think about it, that 43, I just thought, like, there's a lot of room for improvement. It's just all in late game, which kind of stinks. But, because, like, in Shipwreck, I died, like, 7 times, so...
I need some help in here.
Okay, there we go. 57 manor exit is generally what I like to see, so that's good. Shuffle. Do the thing. And we're off the docks. Oh yeah, something I should mention if you've not seen a speedrun of this game before. There's a lot of skips and like sequence breaks in this game. So the reason why an all bosses category even exists is because in like the normal beat the game speedrun, you can just get straight to the final boss if you know what you're doing. Well, obviously you have to go like grab some upgrades, but like we only fight Mastermind in like the any percent speedrun. This is why all bosses exist. Good rat cycles. Oh, I forgot to split for manor. Oh well. I just clicked off of my splits. Nice. So we do that jump there in order to skip talking to Shaggy, picking him up and basically using him to rubber band our way up there. A little bit of a tricky strat. Play it safe. Okay. I'll take that. My docs wasn't like anything to write home about my previous runs, so not too worried. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, nice, I got it. Okay. So normally, right, you can't jump on tar and stuff, and your movement speed is limited, right? But because you load into the level like slightly above the surface of it, there's a 2-frame window where you can jump before like the tar sticks you to the ground, and that just allows you to move through the air a little faster.
Hee-ho.
Oh heck, I got hee-hoed by Colin Wino. 16 party people. What's poppin', everybody? Playing some Scooby-Doo 9 of 100 Frights. I just learned the all bosses category, so I'm doing my second run. Hey Fish. Hey Colin. Thanks a bunch, homie. If y'all don't follow Colin and you're my stream, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you people. He is a very, very, very good Battle for Bikini Bottom speedrunner. If you like this game, they also made Battle for Bikini Bottom and a bunch of other SpongeBob games. I'm doing good, Fish. I just learned this category today, like right after the TSSM finals, and holy heck, this category is a lot more fun than 80%. Well, in some ways, yes. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I am having a lot of fun playing this category is what I'm trying to say. Apologies for my cursor being in the way. Yeah, if y'all are here from Colin's stream and have any questions about the game or the run, feel free to ask. Ooh, I got Eat Cycle Pog. So basically, there's like a lot of spots in this game. You don't see this much in like BFBB or movie, but in this game there's a lot of spots on like walls and surfaces that act enough as slopes where the game essentially gives you your double jump back. So I have used that right there in a very, very small spot to skip up that ledge and skip a cutscene. Never seen gameplay of this? Well, you're in for a treat to watch. This is a really sick game. Highly recommend to play through. Really a great game, really great speedrun. Very easy to get into. Alright, so there's like the first really... Ooh, nice gold. So that's like the first really big sequence break of the speedrun. So now, normally in the game, we're supposed to go get this helmet upgrade that the game requires us to be able to kill enemies and stuff. And it's required to kill a lot of the bosses, right? But in casual play, what you normally do is you go through like the rest of the hedge maze and these greenhouses and stuff. And doing that is really slow because right before that, you have to sit through this really long and annoying auto-scroller. But by doing that clip, you can essentially take another route to that same screen where you get the helmet. So this essentially allows you to bypass that whole auto-scroller and save several minutes, so... So normally you would come through this part of the level anyway, and we will be back here later to get to the area where you fight the green ghost, but we're using this as an alternative method to skip a bunch of boring auto-scrollers and stuff. Do more videos of this? Yeah. So... At least for speedruns, I'm always about personal improvement. So in terms of this game, my any percent time is currently 4th place on the leaderboard, and I did hit a major milestone goal time right before I left for spring break, but I definitely am looking to improve that at some point. Depending on how well I do here, I also intend on playing this category a bit more as well. Perhaps maybe I'll pick up another couple. There are a couple of categories of the speedrun for this game that are faster on the Xbox version, because of version exclusive glitches. So I'm really interested in those categories, but at the same time, I don't own an original Xbox, so or Xbox, because interestingly enough, if you try to play this game on a backwards compatible Xbox, it will always crash at the Mastermind boss fight. Xbox actually has slower loading times for this game. But in some categories, Xbox is faster for a couple different reasons. For the reverse boss order category, it's the preferred version because you can actually skip the ending cutscene. Whereas on the GameCube version, even though it has faster loads, you have to sit through the entire ending cutscene before you can play the rest of the run out. And then and there's a couple other categories where it's faster due to a glitch that's exclusive to PS2 and Xbox, because they're essentially the same build of the game. And it's called Creepy 3 Key Skip. It's a rather difficult trick, and it's kind of hard to explain without context of what the room looks like. But there's some collision differences throughout the game between GameCube and Xbox. But most speedruns of the game are done on GameCube, like I said, due to the loading times. Additionally, a lot of the platforming in cliffs here, which is the set of levels I'm on, is really difficult because the camera angles are positioned in such a way because they expect you to come through the opposite direction. So a lot of the platforming here is actually a lot trickier than it looks. Alright, so right there's another example of walls having slopes sometimes, and that lets me skip a platform cycle. And so where this puts us out at is right at the end of Haunted Hill, which is conveniently where we need to go to get the helmet upgrade. So we're going to be making a detour for some snacks. Now, while we don't have to 100% the game in this category by collecting all of them, we do need to collect a bunch throughout the game in order to get by these toll booths, essentially, that require a certain amount of snacks to progress. So you'll see me go out of my way in some instances to collect them all, like at the beginning of Haunted Hill. Okay, if you go fast enough, you can actually make that cycle, but it's pretty tricky. Alright, this scarecrow's gonna give me grief. Alright, here we go. Some cool scenery visiting over here. There's a lot of random scenery in this game that just is like, okay, I can let you you can jump. And we have used that to the fullest in this run. Grab some snacks, and then we death work. So, in each like screen, the game automatically sets a checkpoint for you where you entered the level. So by death abusing, it puts us really close to that warp gate. Alright, and we just skipped the first boss, but kind of. I know this isn't all bosses speedrun, but normally in order to get to the Fishy Clues set of levels, you have to have beaten the Black Knight in the manor to get an upgrade called the Galoshes, which lets you break past some barriers there. But you can actually jump over the invisible wall that blocks you, which allows us to get here early. Now the big reason we do this is to get an upgrade called the Super Smash, which is really necessary for a bunch of skips we're going to be doing later. It's also required to beat the game, so we might as well go get it now. So this next sequence of levels is just a large process of going and getting the Super Smash upgrade. Yeah, Crawfish, it is kind of weird, just with Heavy Iron in general, how this is the one Heavy Iron, like, platformer that GameCube is faster on for loads. I don't know how it ended up like that, but... well, okay, so I think the reason why that's the case is because, when you hit the button to, like, go through the door, there's, like, a fade-out that occurs before it takes you into the loading screen, right? Now, while the loads on Xbox aren't all that slow, for whatever reason, like, the Xbox fade-outs into the next level are super long. And I think that's what causes it, GameCube to, like, edge out in terms of loads. Especially in the longer categories. And when I mean, like, the longer categories, I mean, like, 100%, which is, like, a 2-hour run. Because you have to get all the Scooby snacks. And it's really hard, which is why I don't run it. Oh, that was really close. Alright. I have to be very careful not to fall here. Okay, good. Got all the snacks. So missing a snack is kind of an invisible time loss because there's some very hefty snack gates throughout the run. So I have to make sure I have, like, enough by certain points so I don't have to get slow backup snacks later. So that's why you'll see me a lot of times go out of the way. It's to avoid future time loss. That sucks. Missing, like, 2 is a little annoying here. Oh! That was really strange. And then another quick detour for snacks. Alright, well, I missed a bunch of snacks, that's annoying. But, like, 5 seconds behind in Fishy ain't that bad. Like, it's kind of crazy to think about, like, how good of an early game I had in my previous attempt at this category. Like... Alright, so right there, there's an interesting property... Oh, this is potentially really dangerous. Okay, I should be fine. There's an interesting property to the, to Scooby's, charge attack animation, where his hitbox for getting attacked by other enemies is actually incredibly narrow. So you'll see me use that a lot, especially once I actually get to the lighthouse with the Super Smash, to be able to cruise by enemies that normally should hit me. So that's kind of a cool quirk of the attack. Alright, just another snack that's kind of annoying, but I should be fine. I should be able to pick up some backups along the way. Clean keys. All right, I gotta focus here real quick. Alright, that is a very tight cycle that I just made. So that's abusing the narrowing property of the hitbox. If you don't get by all those enemies perfectly, you can't make that cycle that I made. Hey, Parrot. That's a good analogy, Colt, I would say. It's not quite the same, though, because, like, you trade in those orbs for power cells, and, like, depending on how fast or slow that is, it's just a slightly different dynamic, but I suppose that is a good analogy. Oh, I thought I had the Super Smash, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna jump on this guy, and then I just didn't have the Super Smash. Alright, so now, I split once I get out of going down which way. So something I have to do here is I have to go and touch this warp gate so it's active later. And if I don't, I can't warp back here when I need to go take on Redbeard. So very important that I go do that. I'm actually gonna go back up. Oh, we're not gonna do that then. That'll be my backup. Sorry. You have to do a bit of on-the-fly routing with this game just to make sure you don't have to grab slow extra snacks at the end of the run. Luckily, though, like, the all bosses category isn't that strict. But I do need to be mindful. Ooh, Coast Gold, Pog. So I do a very specific movement there to get that caveman stuck behind that lever thing so he doesn't bother me later. Okay. I have to race the power-up up to the top, so I have to be very careful to get there on time. Oh gosh, this is not looking good. I should be able to back this up. Alright. So, I skipped over a couple of snack boxes, so not a huge deal because this happened in my PB. Alright, so we got the Super Smash, and now we just need to get out of here. But we're gonna do most of this level in order just to get the snacks. A little slow here, not a huge deal. Oh, that's bad. Okay, I can make this up. Somehow. Oh, right, I remember the backup. Okay, this is pretty annoying time loss. Okay, there we go. Not a huge deal. Slow, but I can handle that. Alright, so now, now that we basically have everything we need to go tackle the bosses, so we're gonna start with Green Ghost, because Green Ghost's reward for defeating it is the most useful for speedrunning purposes, and this is also just the best next place to go. So you've already seen me run through this, so I'm not gonna re-explain it. I'm not super worried about, like, busting, like, 23 seconds in Lighthouse, because I have so much time saved from just better luck and better execution in late game that I'm not super concerned. So that's the Smash upgrade that we just got. We can bounce on things, which is pretty cool. Won't matter too much here. Alright, so now, earlier we collected the keys. The reason we did that is because as long as you unlock the doors, it will always set the doors to the next area as unlocked. So, we did that earlier just to save us time later. So now, normally you need the plunger's upgrade to be able to walk up that slope. But you can lure that guy over to be able to skip right by. Oh, okay. Sure. I'm playing kind of sloppy, but it's not a huge deal. We're just chilling. Okay, I expected the bonk off of the enemy. Alright, now it's time for everyone's favorite part of the speedrun, the auto-scroller. So like a true gamer, the water's gonna rise up, and we're just gonna be kind of sitting here for a bit, so not too much going on that I can really explain. I hope one day there's a method found for skipping this, because this would make every non-any percent category that much sicker. Realized that I forgot to upload my new any percent PB to YouTube, so I should probably do that. I know, this level sucks. It's all good because like this level is kind of a nice break, and the reason why I like it in some ways is that you're constantly holding down the R trigger throughout the whole run because of the run, like the. You know, you can just walk, or if you hold down R, you can run, which isn't the same thing as an attack. Yeah. This is one of the levels, there's a couple other, like, reasons why I'm very hesitant to run 100%. But this level is one of them, because if you miss a snack here, you have to do the entire auto-scroller all over again. And it sucks! And a lot of the times, the snacks that you'll miss are those ones right at the end. And they suck. So there was an upgrade there that we skipped because it's a couple seconds too slow to grab. It just stuns enemies when you ground pound the floor. It's not really worth grabbing. Alright, so I'm not gonna get the Pharaoh key cycle. Just unfortunate, but if you go fast enough through there, you can get all 3 keys on the initial cycle, but it's very, very difficult, and it hasn't been hit RTA too often now. But right here, I'm actually going to do something kind of cool, where I'm going to skip a cutscene of giving the overview of the level by dying at the same time, which puts the game in a state where it thinks you're in a cutscene, but gives you total control. So this state lasts until you leave the room. So we basically skip the whole cutscene, which saves like 20-something seconds, I think. Oh, right, I gotta break this. Whoops. Hit this 3 times. Now, the reason we skipped over one of these urns is because there's a cutscene that plays when you break this urn and whichever urn you break last. So by breaking that urn as our last of these button presses, both of the cutscenes occur at the same time. So that's just a little bit of time saved there. Oh, wow, I almost got that. There's another death warp you can do there, but it's very, very inconsistent. And there's not really a good setup for it. He didn't give me extra health. Not a huge deal, though. I'm not really at risk of death in Crypt 3. Now, weirdly enough, if you just warp back here and then walk through the door, it just takes you straight to Green Ghost. I don't know if this is intentional or not, but you can do this. Weirdly enough. And now we come up to Green Ghost. Now, the unfortunate thing about the boss fights in this game is that they tend to be, except for Redbeard, pretty RNG heavy. So we want you to go to the middle. Good. Oh, I was just too late. No. Okay. Game bailed me out. That's nice. Ah, I was too slow to get here. So it's RNG where Green Ghost decides to go, which is really annoying. Oh, I got another hit. One more hit and Green Ghost is dead. Alright, Green Ghost is completely trolling me right now. Oh my gosh, it's also random if he decides to attack. Got him. Alright. Fairly certain that was slower than PB. Yes, okay.
Good job, Scooby.
Yeah. That was rough, but we can save more time here for free. I guarantee you. Alright, I'm gonna focus here so I don't die. This level's really hard to do fast. Okay, good. That jump's really scary. I can take it kind of safe. Okay. No deaths, good. Now I'm gonna do a bit of a skip here. No, dude! Ah, I hate this trick. You can essentially butt slam to get over there, and it's really tough. But if you hit it, it saves a lot of time. Because it's gonna let us skip a lot. We're gonna skip most of this, like, coastal area, essentially. It's not a huge deal, though, because it's gonna let me, get some of these snacks like this. And like that. There we go. And up here, and we're in. Alright. Alright, let's see if I can hit this trick. You saw me practicing this trick earlier, but this lets us skip. If I do this correctly, this will let me skip the rest of the way through here. More importantly, a 750 snack gate that costs a lot of Scooby snacks. No, I almost had it, dude. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. That was pretty decent. Not as good as in PB. Also, this strat isn't over yet. Okay. Flow through here, and then I have to do some platforming, basically blind. But... come on. Got it. Alright, we're in. We should be saving time here. Ideally.
Ready! See if you can get me.
So now we're all the way at Redbeard, which is... this is such a cool skip. The Redbeard fight itself isn't all that interesting, but you know. This boss theme also goes in hard. Ooh! One more phase and we're done. Oh, I thought I was gonna save a bunch of time, but I guess I had too much trouble with this trick. That sucks. Yeah, so we're not going to be saving any time here, which sucks. You never know, we're only 30 seconds behind. Oh yeah. I got BKE first try. Yikes. Well, the sprite is unlikely to PB. Oh, wait. Okay, right. I go inside here. I had a couple of deaths in here, though, so even if I don't hit BKE first try... could still save a bunch of time here. Get the back up. So you're normally supposed to turn on the sprinkler system in order to turn that off, but doing that is slow. So you can actually position Scooby just right so that he doesn't take damage. Because that stove is an instant kill. So you have to be careful. Alright. BKE is coming up soon. It's essentially a skip that lets us skip the entire, like, attic section of the run. Or of the game. Okay, there we go. And that lets us take a bit of a shortcut that's normally intended to remove some backtracking. And now here comes BKE. This trick is really, really tough. I hit this first try in my previous run for some reason. Okay. I'm probably not going to look at chat for a bit. That didn't work. Okay. Are you serious? Second try. I'm sick.
Right. It's a headless specter.
That golded still, even with second try. I'm really happy about that. All right, now if I get good RNG here, I can save a bunch of time. Good. This is good. Now we need him to head all the way over to the right. Oh my gosh, we got perfect Black Knight. Wow. This is gonna go by a lot. Yeah, that deserves an up, gamer. Holy crap. Holy crap. Wow. Alright, this run could happen. Somehow. That's okay. I can afford the death there. 805 is a really good snack count going into the store. Yeah, that skip is really, really hard. Alright, now, interestingly enough, right here, Scooby can actually grab these keys without taking damage from the bubbles, because the key's hitbox is actually bigger than the bubbles' radius, if you will. So I use that to my advantage to... Now we can grab that key without having to grab Shaggy. Nice! And I got that first try. That's another huge time save. We are on PB pace, folks. I'm gonna tell you a secret, this is most likely PBs, because I have free time save in Mastermind, because I got very poor RNG with this fight. I need to keep playing this category. Like, I don't know how much more I'm gonna play tonight, because I don't want to kill my wrists, but I am playing really, really well. Alright, so this skip right here is called Lido skip, because it was found by a guy named Lido. You use this to skip most of the little lab horrors. That's the final snack gate, so... Over 10-second gold. Holy crap, this is going to be a fat PB. My Summer Best is going to go down by a lot once I improve the Green Ghost gold, because I keep getting bad luck in that fight. S-Split is so annoying.
Hold on, Raggy.
Yeah, this is gonna be a big PB, which is kind of funny.
Ready, ready.
Alright, now I hold a specific angle here, and then charge, and then the wall just gives up, eventually, and it lets me clip through. Okay, I need to play safe. If I die here, that's pretty bad. Okay, that was a really, really good second phase. Now, where Mastermind spawns in this room is kind of random. We want him to spawn close to us, where we're at right now. That will do. Time ends as he gets hit. Nice! Nice! Let's go! Alright, I barely got a sub 42 minute time. Alright, great.